and welcome to Pixie's Pit. On today's episode, I will be recapping Rampage's Matt Sydal versus CM Punk, the Trios match, and Bryan Danielson versus Minoru Suzuki on the buy-in. We'll also be trying Pringles Rice Fusion Japanese Barbecue Teriyaki. And we have President's Choice Salted Caramel Mochi. Alright, so let's get right into these Pringles. They do say Rice Fusion Japanese Barbecue Teriyaki flavor, and they have a picture of some rice and also something that looks like a chicken dish in the background. Alright, so let's get these open. Yeah, there we go. Give them a bit of a sniff test. Okay, and let's pour them in our bowl. So I'm not really sensing too much of a specific smell right off the bat. So there we go, let's have a look. All right, so let's dig into these. That's an odd taste, really. It does taste like rice, and it tastes like rice with some sort of thick kind of gravy-ish sauce or maybe a curry on it. Kind of tastes like a rice you would cook at home that would come with one of those seasoning packets that you put over it. I don't taste chicken. I don't taste beef or any kind of teriyaki in that way. It's an interesting flavor, but I don't know that it's good necessarily. I've never really tasted anything like that in a chip before that kind of tastes like a rice and a gravy mixed together. But I can't say that it actually tastes pleasant. It's an interesting concept. It's not bad tasting, it's just very bizarre. I would give that a 7 out of 10 horns in the air. Alright, now we have the salted caramel mochi. And it says Japanese-inspired ice cream dessert wrapped in a chewy rice dough. So this is by President's Choice, but I'm sure if you can't find President's Choice near you, there's probably other brands that make a similar product. I've actually never had mochi before, or mochi ice cream, so this is my first time having it. This is how it comes and what it looks like. And I'm going to put it in my bowl and cut it in half because I understand that that's probably the best way to eat it. Okay, so it's coming out of the little pod there. Okay, so it's a little bit squishy, has a little bit of give. So I'm going to cut it now in half, and I'll show you guys the two halves of it so that you can kind of see what it looks like. So it's got the ice cream in there, and it is a little bit squishy as well. All right, so let's see. Caramel ice cream is really nice. I'm just trying to see whether or not I like the mochi shell. I do really like that. That caramel ice cream is so creamy and so tasty. It almost has a bit of a maple flavor, or a bit of a coffee flavor to it. I wasn't sure at first if I like that sort of rice texture of the mochi. But maybe the first half I wasn't entirely sold on it, but by the second half it really did make a nice little shell that was a little bit sweet and seemed to blend really nice with the ice cream. I really did enjoy that quite a bit. I believe I'm supposed to chew it, which I did, and it's just a bit cold on the teeth to be chewing the ice cream, even though it's kind of wrapped in something. But the sweetness of that shell and just the creaminess and deliciousness of that ice cream, I'm giving that a 9 out of 10 horns in the air. The main event of the buy-in saw Bryan Danielson versus Minoru Suzuki. Danielson and Suzuki locked up in the middle of the ring, and Danielson was brought to his knees. Suzuki smiled dismissively as Danielson kicked him in the thighs. The two exchanged chops and kicks. Danielson delivered hammer and anvil strikes to Suzuki, but Suzuki nearly knocked him out with a punch to the head. Danielson went for the cattle mutilation, but Suzuki escaped. Suzuki also escaped a pin attempt. Danielson kicked Suzuki in the corner of the ring, but Suzuki also delivered a kick. Suzuki went for an armbar, but Danielson got to the ropes. Suzuki was able to get out of a label lock. The two exchanged forearms. Danielson escaped a sleeper from Suzuki and a Gotch-style suplex and delivered a knee strike and pinned Suzuki for the win. The opening match on Rampage was CM Punk versus Matt Sydal. Sydal took down Punk with a wrist lock, arm drag, and a crucifix pin. There is a bow and arrow stretch from Sydal that was great, but Punk countered it with a lateral press. Sydal also uses an arm drag takedown, a sliding kick, and a flying mare. Sydal delivered 3 kicks to Punk's thighs and a back arch, but Punk countered with a drop kick. Sydal goes for the sliding knee strike, but Punk body slams him on the apron. Sydal hits his tailbone on the apron. Punk delivers a rolling senton over the top rope for a 2 count. Sydal hit Punk with a jumping knee, but Punk used a neck breaker on Sydal, followed by a rising knee strike and a short arm lariat, and also tries for a straitjacket and escapes Punk's anaconda vice. Punk misses a Pepsi twist. Sydal hits the lightning spiral. Punk delivers a GTS for the win. Sydal was phenomenal in this match. Punk did get the win, but really didn't get in too many moves. The trios match saw the Inner Circle Jericho, Hager, and Guevara versus Ethan Page, Scorpio Sky, and Junior Dos Santos. I'm kind of undecided whether I like this angle or not. Let me know in the comments what you think. Sammy is the MVP in most of the Inner Circle matches. Sammy did back elbows, backflips, drop kicks, a springboard cutter, and the Spanish fly. What's up with Hager? He should be destroying Dos Santos. He took 2 knee strikes to the face from Dos Santos, although he was able to put Dos Santos through the timekeeper's table, which looked shoddy at best. Jericho took body shots, hammer fists, power slams, forearms, and a beatdown from America's Top Team. It took Santana and Ortiz forever to get to the ring. The show was basically going off the air by the time they hit the ring. However, Jericho did get in some good shots with a double sledge to Sky and a lion salt and the walls of Jericho. Let me know in the comments what match you are looking forward to on tonight's Dynamite. For me, it's definitely Malachi Black versus Dante Martin. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe because we're trying to build a cool community. And goodbye and good night.